Most men think sex is just about going fast and hard. But what if I told you that one small change in the way you move could completely transform her pleasure and make her want you again and again? Welcome to Empowered Heart, where we dive deep into love, relationships, and understanding what truly makes connections last. Today, we're uncovering the secrets to giving pleasure that she'll remember and crave. If you're ready to learn, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Empowered Heart, and hit the bell so you never miss our tips. Here's something most men completely misunderstand about sex. They think thrusting is just about going in and out as fast and hard as possible. Maybe you've seen it in movies or online and assumed that's how it works. But the truth is, how you thrust makes a huge difference in whether she's counting down the minutes until it's over or pulling you back into bed an hour later. Get it wrong, and you might disappoint her or even make it uncomfortable. Get it right, and she'll be texting you the next day asking when she can see you again. That's exactly what we're going to break down today. Most men spend years making the same mistakes because no one ever explained how female anatomy actually responds during sex. The first mistake is starting too hard and too deep right away. If you're like most guys, you've probably seen sex scenes where penetration starts aggressively with fast, deep thrusts and assumed that's what women want. But here's why that approach actually backfires. Women's bodies take more time to warm up than men's. During arousal, the vaginal opening expands to allow comfortable penetration. But this process doesn't happen instantly. Blood flow increases, the canal lengthens, lubrication grows, and muscles relax. It all takes time. So, if you start thrusting hard and deep before her body is ready, it can be uncomfortable or even painful. She might not tell you this because she doesn't want to hurt your feelings, feels shy about speaking up, or thinks this is how sex is supposed to feel since other men have done the same. Either way, her body isn't ready for that intensity yet. Starting slow gives her muscles time to relax and fully open. Then, when you gradually increase depth and intensity, it feels amazing instead of painful. This isn't about being timid. It's about knowing how arousal works and adjusting your technique. Slow doesn't mean boring. It means smart. Another technique that makes a huge difference is teasing. And this isn't just for foreplay. It applies to thrusting, too. Small, deliberate movements, pauses, and changes in rhythm create anticipation, making the experience more intense for her. Paying attention to how she reacts, her breathing, sounds, and body movements can tell you exactly what she enjoys and what doesn't work. Focusing on her responses and adjusting accordingly turns an average experience into something unforgettable. Understanding these simple principles separates men who just go through the motions from those who create pleasure she remembers and wants more of. Teasing is about changing the intensity in a smart way to boost her pleasure by creating anticipation and desire. Here's why it works so well. When she feels intense pleasure during sex, her body starts to get used to that level of stimulation. Those sensations build as she goes deeper into the experience. But when you slow things down or temporarily reduce the intensity, you create a contrast that makes her crave it even more. You're triggering her desire and making her want what you just held back. This craving can double or even triple the pleasure when you return to what she enjoys most. Here's how to do it in practice. When you're in a rhythm that she clearly likes, let her enjoy it for a little while. Then slow everything down, enter more gently and shallowly instead of deep and fast, and watch how she reacts. She'll probably squirm, try to pull you deeper, or silently beg you to bring it back. That's when you know you've got her fully engaged. When you speed up and intensify again, the difference will hit her in a whole new way. One warning, don't try this teasing right before she's about to climax. Pulling back too late can frustrate her instead of exciting her. Another key element is changing your tempo throughout sex. If you move at the same speed for too long, it becomes repetitive and less pleasurable. Nerve endings adapt to a consistent rhythm, so varying your speed keeps her body sensitive and excited. Tempo should depend on position, how close she is to climax, and how far into the experience you are. Early on, when you're facing each other, kissing and connecting, slower movements are great. Later, in positions like doggy style, faster, harder thrusts work better. Don't overthink it. There's no strict formula. The goal is natural variation to keep her body responsive and fully engaged. Before I share the fourth technique, there's something that can save you from common mistakes with oral sex. Many men think they know what they're doing, but they're actually doing things that make her uncomfortable or turn her off without realizing it. The link is in the description. It's totally free and it'll help you avoid techniques that don't work. Now, let's talk about something almost every man ignores, but is incredibly effective: grinding. Most men focus only on the in and out thrusting motion, thinking that's enough. But grinding adds a whole new level of sensation for her. activating different areas and creating deeper pleasure that thrusting alone can't provide. Grinding does more than just stimulate her G-spot and internal nerve endings. It targets the part most women actually enjoy the most, the clitoris. When you grind against her, holding her close or pressing your body firmly against hers, you can apply pressure to her labia and clitoris. Understanding female anatomy is key here. The clitoris isn't just a small external button. It has two internal legs that extend under the surface, and the whole structure responds strongly to pressure around the vaginal opening. By grinding instead of only thrusting, you're stimulating the clitoris, which is the main source of pleasure for most women. For many, clitoral stimulation is essential for orgasm. Here's how to grind effectively. Stay deep inside her and move your body firmly against hers, targeting the vaginal opening and clitoris. It's not about being rough, it's controlled, steady pressure. Positions like missionary and cowgirl make grinding easier, while other positions may require some adjustments. Grinding also gives you a chance to slow down and recharge if you're approaching climax too quickly. It keeps her pleasure high while giving you a breather, which makes it a win-win for both of you. The fifth and final principle is paying attention. Whatever you're doing, thrusting, grinding, or anything else, you need to stay fully present and notice how she's responding. Watch her body, listen to her breathing, and notice subtle movements. Pay attention to her vocalizations, tension, and gestures. Being aware allows you to adjust in real time, creating the best experience for both of you consistently. Many men get stuck in their own heads, worrying about performance or second-guessing themselves. This takes them out of the moment and keeps them from learning what truly works. Being present makes you a better lover automatically. You don't need to overcomplicate things. Just notice how she reacts and respond accordingly. That attentiveness and responsiveness is what separates average sex from the kind she'll remember days later. One last thing before wrapping up. Emotional connection matters. Women are far more likely to enjoy sex and reach orgasm when they feel connected and safe with the man they're with. Paying attention to both her body and her emotions makes every intimate experience more satisfying for both of you. Sex for women isn't just physical, it's emotional too. Even in a new relationship or a casual situation, the stronger the emotional connection, the better the experience will be for her and the more she'll want to come back for more. Building that connection doesn't need big gestures. It comes from how you communicate, how present you are, and how you make her feel noticed and appreciated. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell on Empowered Heart so you never miss a tip. And drop the word Heartstrong in the comments if this video resonated with you. I read every single